Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well, and today I'm going to talk about Rolls-Royce because I said I would talk about it, so I will get onto it and I'll try to talk about some UK stocks that everything's going on within the next kind of couple of days and what I'm buying and everything like that. So I'll try to do a general update in the next few days, but just to cover the Rolls-Royce situation, because I did get a lot of questions about Rolls-Royce as well as Aston Martin, and I covered Aston Martin and I said I would cover Rolls-Royce, so I'm going to do it today. Everything with Rolls-Royce has kind of calmed down now because of the big share offering that they did do, and I know I get a lot of people on my channel of asking about Rolls-Royce because I think as well as Aston Martin, Rolls-Royce, when you go into YouTube and you're searching like Rolls-Royce stock, I think my videos are normally the ones that come up at the top of the search engine, so it does bring in a lot of people that are interested into Rolls-Royce and potentially shareholders that are holding Rolls-Royce positions. Now currently I'm not an investor into Rolls-Royce, and on my previous videos where I did a little bit more of a deep dive into the company, which I won't be doing today. I'm just kind of talking about recent news with Rolls-Royce. So if you want a bit more of a, complete deep dive into the company, go check them ones out. But I'm just kind of giving my up-to-date opinions with Rolls-Royce because, like I say, I think it brings a lot of people in from my past videos. And even though I'm not a shareholder in Rolls-Royce, I want to say that, and last time I talked about the companies, I didn't really talk about Rolls-Royce in a positive way. But I just want to say, like, even if I'm not invested in the company and even if I don't rate it a buy, like, it's just my opinion. And I appreciate that if you have a different opinion to me, that's absolutely fine. But it's my channel and I'm going to give my honest opinion on the situation. And if you don't agree with it, that's totally fine. If you have a different opinion, that's totally fine. I'm just trying to do my best as I can. And like I say, I always want stocks to do well. If you invest in a company, I'm never like going like, oh, I want to be right, I want the stock to go down. Generally, even if I don't think the company's a buy, I really do hope it works out for the company because I know people have their hard-earned money in that company, and the last thing I want to do is see people get burnt by the stock market, if you know what I mean. So even though if I do talk negative about a stock and I don't rate it a buy, in general, I really do hope like every single stock does go up because people put hard-earned money into stocks, and that's just generally my opinion on what goes on with the stock market. So, but like I say, I do want to kind of talk about which opportunities I think are the best in the stock market and which are not the best in the stock market. So that gives you the best returns possible in my opinion. But yeah, I'll stop blathering on now and I'll actually get stuck into Rolls-Royce. So Rolls-Royce trading under the ticker symbol RR, being on a bit of an up and down ride. The stock's been moving up and down quite a bit. I mean, the other day it was down 66%, but this was just kind of adjusting to all the share allocation that's going on. And we've kind of seen the stock chart on Google actually like level out a little bit now, so it's getting back to a little bit normal. We can see that it's trading around about 70p right now. And just in general, just a quick overview, we can see that Rolls-Royce has been on a massive downtrend since the start of 2019. The stock is down absolutely huge, gone from being about £3 there down to about 70p now. So it is a bit of a massive decline that is going on with the company, and obviously we can straight away know, something's going on about COVID here from Rolls-Royce. So the big movement at the moment, which is causing a lot of panic, is Rolls-Royce have done a right issue. So basically Rolls-Royce went into a position where they didn't have an amazing balance sheet and they've been affected by COVID. They've had to now, because of having a terrible balance sheet, had to raise cash from pretty much everywhere that they could. And one of the ways they've done it is through shareholders. So they've gone to the shareholders, asked for them to a cash injection, basically, put more shares on the market. Shareholders, pay up for the shares and then raise cash through that way. And that's what's left the stock chart to kind of go everywhere because there's, different shares coming onto the market, people buying shares before the actual shares that came out. So like I say, the stock's kind of been everywhere, and it's kind of thrown a couple of people out that are invested into it. I am going to say that if you were a shareholder in Rolls-Royce and you didn't buy the share offering, then you are kind of crazy. When you get involved in these sort of companies, you've got to be ready to go through the hard times to get the rewards. So it did, like I said, it did have to raise a bit of capital with the share offering. And the share offering came out around about the 13th of October. An estimated 140,000 Rolls-Royce shareholders will have a decision to make in the coming weeks after the engines giant unveiled plans for a 2 billion rights issue. Now, those investors facing their holdings diluted by almost 77% if they do not participate in the right issue. That will increase the number of shares on the register by 333%. So, it was a heavy right issue. I think that if I was in this position, I would have took them up. But generally, like, my position, I won't be in the company in the first place, but if I was, then I think you'd have to have probably participated into the share issue. Now, hopefully that kind of covered some of like why the stock price is kind of everywhere, the share issue that's going on, and it'll sort of level itself out. Kind of like the whole situation with Rolls Royce and like where I'm at with it now, and now that it's got a bit more capital, where am I at? Well, the first thing I always like to do is see how the company is doing from its last earnings report. So we did get a little bit of an update with what's going on with Rolls Royce a couple of months ago, which was in the 27th of August. Now, I am going to say that obviously it has changed a little bit since then. That was obviously 2 months ago. So we don't really have an updated cash position, and we don't know the current burn through rate because we were made aware that there was going to be a lot of cuts. So I'm going to say one thing that is really important before I would even think about investing right now is I would have to have a look and see the total cash position now and see how much cash they had. I would also have to see the current debt position, and also I would want to see how effective a lot of these cuts have been. So I personally would wait for another update yet, but this is where we were at last time with the Rolls Royce situation. So we could see that they reported a loss before tax of 5.4 billion, which is a lot of money because, like I say, with the cash that they currently had, this is where they had to raise more money. They only had enough cash basically to get through another kind of like 6 to 12 months. So with it burning through that much cash, obviously it needed to raise more money. It is hoping that it is able to get that loss down a lot more so it doesn't burn through that cash quicker. But that's the big thing, when you're burning through so much cash and you only have that much cash, it's a really bad situation. I said last time when I covered Rolls Royce, they're going to have to raise more cash, and here we are, they're doing it. On the last update, it said liquidity of 6.1 billion, comprising 4.2 billion of cash, and that was on the 30th of June. So like I say, there wasn't that much cash left on the balance sheet, and 1.9 billion undrawn revolving credit facility, additional 2 billion undrawn term loan announced in July and finalised in August, net debt of 1.7 billion. And when we actually went to the segment breakdown, we could see civil aerospace is the big burner here. We could see how much money they are burning through right now. It was making a bit of loss before, but civil aerospace is still far off recovery, and look at that, like 1.8 billion there it's burning through. The power systems, even that's down a little bit. The defence is up, which is a positive, and I'm sure that will carry on doing well for Rolls Royce. The ITP Aero, that was also down quite a lot. That was just about break even. Corporate and eliminations, that was also a loss, and that was down, but nothing compared to that civil aerospace. That is one of the big massive things that is causing a lot of problems for Rolls Royce. And like I say, unfortunately at the moment I can't see in the next kind of 6 to 12 months that kind of moving anywhere. So it's just down to how much cuts they can do to stop the bleeding really in this company, and kind of stop them losses. So overall, my opinion with the company is that it's starting to get a bit more closer to being investable, but it's still not there for me. Obviously, the civil aerospace is nowhere near getting back to normal at the moment, so I would wait to see some sort of normality there come to it. Also, I'd like to get an update on the current cash position and how much cash they're burning through, also how effective these cuts have been. So for me, I would have to at least wait for another trading update for this one. And the thing is as well, when you look at the share price of Rolls Royce, like the stock is absolutely sinking. The share price has gone down absolutely huge. And the thing is I know there's a lot of problems priced in here, but I generally think you can wait 6 months, 12 months, and sure, you might miss out on a couple percentage gains, but it's better than risking it all. I know people say they get through this sort of situation, but that's not a guarantee for me. I know they say that the government will look after them, the defence contracts they have, but personally as me, I've got to have a bit more confidence than they'll get through it. I've got to have concrete numbers that makes me go, yeah, I'm happy now. And when I look at Rolls Royce, they currently don't have that, so I would at least wait another 6 months before investing it, even as probably a spec stock to be fair, just to make sure they're getting through the situation. And like I said, if I were you as an investor, I would just wait on the sidelines, and even if you miss out on a bit of a share price gain, you're still not going to buy it at £3. You're still going to get it a lot cheaper than what it was 2 years ago or a year ago. So for me, Rolls Royce is still in a bit of a tricky situation. It is getting a little bit better with cutting the costs down, raising the capital, but I still have to wait off this one for at least another 6-12 months and at least get another trading update to see what exactly is going on inside that company. So a little bit of an update there of Rolls-Royce. Not much has changed in my opinion. I still have to wait a little bit for it to even come investable. So I hope you enjoyed it, and like I say, that's my opinion, guys. If you don't agree with it, I'm totally fine with that, yeah, but I'm just kind of giving my opinion in it. It's my channel, to be fair, and in my opinion, if I see a company that I don't think is a good company, I can't recommend it as a buying opportunity in my opinion. But I hope you can justify the points that I have if you are positive on the company anyway. So as always, if you can smash the like button. If you are new around here, I know the Rolls-Royce videos do bring in some new guys into the channel, that UK investors that might not have seen me before. So if you could subscribe, we're getting towards 5k subscribers. That'd be super, and I'll see you on the next video.